Meghan used the 4th episode of her Archetypes podcast to take a swipe at the conservative philosopher Jordan Peterson in a discussion about how the label crazy is used to diminish women's credibility. The psychologist often makes statements about women, and Meghan Markle apparently is not a fan of it. For this episode of Archetypes, she chose one of his quotes. "I don't think that men can control crazy women." Calling someone crazy or hysterical completely dismisses their experience and minimises what they're feeling, Meghan said. It keeps going to the point where anyone receiving this label enough times can be gaslit into thinking that they're actually unwell. Sometimes worse, to the point where they ignore real issues of all kinds. Well, that's not happening today. Yesterday, Jordan Peterson posted on Instagram responding to Meghan Markle's claims. In the comment section, Jordan's fans called Meghan out, with one saying, "Who even is Meghan Markle? She was an American actress, got mistakenly married to a prince because of her looks, and bam. She has a podcast claiming she knows more than a person who spent his life researching and in academia. She's no credibility to herself." Meanwhile, another added, "Jordan Peterson has more sense in his pinky toenail than Meghan. He would demolish her." During a weekly Archetypes Spotify podcast, she slammed a ton of heavyweights such as Quentin Tarantino. She also dissed Deal or No Deal, which resulted in backlash from her former castmates. Meghan might think she has a steady foothold in Hollywood because she's lived and breathed it due to being on Suits, a show that only people with cable could watch. However, she doesn't realise that she's now a household name due to who she married. Before Prince Harry, she could disparage anyone and say anything she wanted, and the media wouldn't pick on it. After throwing Austin Powers and Kill Bill under the bus, you would think she would stop, but no. She's been warned that waging a woke war on Hollywood could backfire with disastrous consequences for her and Prince Harry's own TV and film production company. A studio boss said, "She's ruffling feathers by attacking 20-year-old iconic movies based on today's new woke morality, and isn't exactly endearing herself to studios she and Prince Harry might hope to do business with. If she continues, she'll be playing with fire, and that could have disastrous consequences for their company, Archwell." Once upon a time, Meghan Markle was an actress. So should we get upset with her when she seems to be doing what she knows best each time she sets foot in public? To one royal expert's way of thinking, one can take the actress out of the show, but one can't take the basic cable instincts out of the actress. One royal expert claims that Meghan is always acting up a storm for the cameras. Ingrid Seward said that on True Royalty TV's The Royal Beat, one of the reasons I think she found it so hard to be in the royal family, A, she didn't listen, but B, she really wanted her voice to be heard, and she couldn't, but now she can. So I just assume that she and Harry, and I hope, are very happy. Here's the kicker, Meghan never stopped acting. Since relationships are built on a foundation of trust, acting one's way through life would seem to be a detriment. Seward added, "All I took away from Meghan is that she's a poser. Meghan looked like a 1950s perfect mum. Oh my, we all know how that turned out, hipsters." The author wasn't done exposing Meghan and piled on. Instead of saying, "I read to the kids, they probably give me a hard time if they don't like the story. She's so perfect. She never seems to stop acting."